guys, today's video, how to build those calves into fucking cows. How to get your calves bigger, how to make them grow. Now for most people, they leave out the calves and then they wonder why they're not proportional to their body. But the thing is, calves are just like any other muscle, so you have to work them. And for the majority of people, calves are a stubborn muscle group, and that's because you are using your calves every single day when you're walking. So every step you take is working your calves, so they're very resistant to training. So you have to do, pretty much most of the time, you have to do a lot of volume and a lot of heavy training to make them grow, to make them respond to exercise. Now, you should train your calves at least 3 times per week. So at least 3 days per week you should train them alongside with your normal workout or on a completely separate day. It doesn't matter, you just have to hit your calves at least 3 times a week. And you should definitely go to failure on each set, at least 4 to 5 sets. For most people, it's gonna have to be more volume. You just have to experiment. For some people, it's gonna be 4 to 5 sets. For some people, it's gonna be maybe 6, 7, 8 sets. For some people, maybe it's gonna be 10 sets. It doesn't matter. You just have to test it out. But for most people, I think 4 to 5 sets is gonna be enough. And go to failure on each set. Now the rep range, I think, should still be decently heavy, so I'm gonna say 6 to 10 reps per set at least. Don't go any more than 10, and you shouldn't go lower than 6 because that's not gonna be enough volume. So I'd say 6 to 10 reps. Go to failure, 4 to 5 sets, about 60 to 90 seconds rest. That should be good. And now let's go down to the exercises. So there's basically 2 parts of the calves, and you have to do 2 different kinds of exercises to target both parts of the calves. So the first is a standing calf raise. So you should do a standing variation of the calf raise. You can do this on a machine if you have access to a gym. Or if you don't have a gym, you can just put a barbell on your neck, just like put a squat, and just do calf raises on an elevated surface. That's gonna work in the same way. And the second type of exercise you should do is a seated variation. So a seated variation targets the calves in a different way. So it targets the other part of the calves. So you should do a standing variation and a sitting variation. Now, the sitting one is usually done with machines if you have access to that. But if you don't, you can still do this at home. Just grab some weighted plates, put it on the ground so you have an elevated surface, sit on a bench, on a chair, and just grab a pair of dumbbells, put them on your knees, and just do calf raises with that. It's gonna work. It's gonna work in the same way. It's not gonna be as optimal as the machine, but it gets the job done. So you should do a standing calf raise and a sitting calf raise, 4 to 5 sets of each to failure, 6 to 10 reps. Heavy weight, hard, intense, and you should really focus on the full range of motion. So meaning going all the way up as high as possible on your toes, and at the top of the movement, pause and really squeeze that calf muscle. Really feel the squeeze and the tension in the calves. Then go down slowly until your heel is about a centimeter off the ground. So you don't rest your heel on the ground, you just barely touch it and you go back up. Okay, now you should use an elevated surface, so grab a pair of plates and have your toes on there, because when you go down with your heel and it's on a declined surface, your calves are gonna get a better stretch, more tension, more muscle fiber engagement, more muscle growth. So pretty simple. So like I said, you should do a sitting and a standing variation, 4 to 5 sets to failure, 6 to 10 reps, and you should train your calves like that for at least 3 times per week. Thanks for watching. I hope this video helped you out. If it did, definitely like, leave a comment, and subscribe. Peace out.